Hey guys, we barely set aside time for this podcast for a very good reason. Anyone want to take a guess?
Time itself.
Yeah, more or less.
It's relative.
In relation to what?
Time travel.
Fuck off, Einstein. Oh, we're already not monetized. We're only 2 minutes in. Okay, so this is something that we talk about a lot, and so if we're going to talk about it on our free time, we might as well put it out there in the public and try and make money. I mean, try and get attention to it. So, time in gaming, because time is precious, and gaming is fun, but it's also not essential. But it's one of those things, like I guess any kind of entertainment and hobby, it requires time. But it requires time in a way that it didn't used to, and I think that's something that really bugs us and we wanted to address.
Because we're old fogies and we like our games the way they used to be.
Well, I mean, in a way, you're not necessarily wrong. Like, everybody who's over the age of probably like 12, give or take, can probably relate to a time when games were, you got it. More often than not, you could play it and then you'd kind of be done. Or maybe you'd kind of plateau in something and that wouldn't be such a big deal. But I don't know when the shift happened, but it happened pretty quickly. I can remember a time whenever you could play a game, and it'd take you all night to beat it, and then you could play it again later with friends or try and do better, but at the end of the day, you were...
Unlock all the secrets, get 100% on it type of thing.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, you were still technically... You
Done.
beat it. You finished it, And I think that's something that we've kind of come away from in some games.
There is no end.
Yeah. And I think that sums it up almost perfectly. There is no end. And where does that stop?
It doesn't.
The irony of it is, like, when does that kind of attitude stop for some people? There's a lot of examples of these kinds of games that are really just big time sinks in order for relevancy.
And not just time sinks, but you have to play, otherwise you become irrelevant and you struggle if you ever try to jump back in months, days, weeks later.
I was going to say that's the definition of a time sink, babe, but no, you're right. That is different.
Yeah, there are some that are time sinks, and then there are those that if you're not on every day, doing the dailies, doing this, that, and the other, you're gonna suffer for it. Like, hardcore.
Yeah. Like, a lot of examples. But, I had dailies, like, daily rewards written down for something to just later, because that's like a thing, once again, in mobile gaming. I have a really big hate boner for mobile gaming, in case you guys couldn't tell by these podcasts. But, no, I think about it a lot because not too long ago we got a game with Foxy's new Xbox, Jedi Fallen Order.
Yes.
And it just it made me feel really happy. It made me feel really good because it was a game that had a beginning and an end, and it had all the stuff you could get in the game, minus a couple like cosmetics that we got with it anyway, because she got special edition stuff with it.
Yeah.
So, and those were just lightsaber colors and shit. But the fact that I sat down and I just started playing it, and I had fun with it.
It only took you a few days, and you beat that game.
I mean, that's the way most games typically were. You take a few days and you beat it. I mean, even some of the hardest games would only take me a few days when I was young, but that's because I was also young and I had all the time in the world to do it.
Yep.
Okay, one of the longest games it took me to beat was Final Fantasy X, and that's because I got fucked.
Now, there's some boss battles in that game to where if you're not prepared, you get stuck.
It wasn't the boss battles. I was getting ready for the boss battles. I was trying to get Lulu's crest or sigil or whatever, the one where you had to go into the lightning field and dodge 200 lightning bolts.
I remember you talking about that.
Yes,
yeah, but they don't know, but
story.
I will tell it anyway because I have not been able to play the game since. Okay? Dodge 200 lightning bolts, go in, claim your reward, and even if you're do it all in one setting, it's just going to take some time. So I was sitting there for several hours just tapping away to dodge lightning bolts. And I finally reached 200 after a lot of trial and error, many tears. And I walked in, grabbed my reward, and went to save immediately. And right as I walked up to the save point and I hit my X button, before I could even hit, "Are you sure you want to save?" the fucking power goes out from some lightning strike somewhere.
Didn't dodge that last lightning bolt.
And the power came right back on after that, and then went in the restart, and I was just like, dropped my controller, and I went and punched a baby. I'm kidding.
That is something I do love about modern gaming, the fact of auto-saving.
Oh, I was about to say punching babies? No. There was a point in my life where I was like, autosave, really? And then I was just like, you know what?
It's nice, just in case of shit like this happens.
I'll take an autosave. It's alright. As long as you give me the option to hard save to go back to later, I can deal with that. But, yeah, autosave's been a fucking savior for some things.
Like our dinos that we almost lost thanks to god-awful turkeys.
Ark is on our list of stuff to talk about. Yeah, but yeah, that whole thing was just a point of games that, you could play through. You could put a fair bit of time in, but you would still be rewarded completely for that time and finished with your reward for your time. Like even stuff like that with Final Fantasy X, where you had to go and do and grind a whole bunch of stuff, you would still be rewarded by the end of the day or month. Okay, the games we're going to talk about have no real end. They just keep kind of going and going. Some of them for better, some of them for worse. We did mention Ark, so let's go ahead and touch on something like that. Ark is kind of a win, no win situation. For us, it's a big win situation. The longer the game goes, the more we get from it.
But we don't play official.
But we don't play on official because I value my time to some degrees. Okay? Obviously, I could value it better, but I still value it. I have read so many stories of people on official where it gets really, really fucky. I mean, people who have spent ungodly amounts of hours. I had read one story either yesterday or the other day even about one guy who was in a mega tribe, and there was another person in this tribe who was on, I shit you not, 16 hours every day.
Jesus
I believe it.
Christ.
Every fucking day. That's what this guy did, is he was on Ark. 16 goddamn hours a day.
Good lord.
Okay, so if you want to talk time sink, we're on it.
That's his life.
It was basically his life. Now, you really want to know the sad thing?
What?
That tribe, with at least one dude who played that long, was easy fucking pickings for other tribes.
Good lord.
Yeah, because of bullshit. Of either numbers or numbers and time. If you have a whole tribe of people and you have 10 people who can be on 16 hours a day, what the hell else is literally anybody going to do?
Yeah.
Because the entirety of Ark, at least as official goes, is time. The more time you have, the more you can grind, the more stuff you can get, the better off you are against attackers and while attacking. It becomes a sheer numbers game at that point. Or you just wait for them to log off. Or
watch their stream until they get off.
That's been a thing. So that's why I'm glad we don't do official, because and that's a lot of things too. I've seen a lot of people start to get tired of it. They just save, get wiped. Save up, get wiped. At some point, some of these people after 2.5 years plus are finally just like, I can't do this anymore. And you know what really sucks? This is just an Ark, well, probably not just an Ark thing, but don't be fucking toxic to how people want to play games.
Yeah.
Like, and I say this as somebody who used to be that fucking way. And I'm ashamed to admit it, but I was. That's why I'm saying, don't fucking do it. Okay? I've seen people shit talks like, oh, you play Ark on single player? Well, you're not really playing Ark. Shut the fuck up.
Yes, I am. I'm enjoying the game the way I want to enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm playing the damn game, right? I paid the money just like the rest of you. Now, Get the fuck out.
Just because
like
I don't. Oh, go ahead. No, you're good. Go ahead.
How we would probably actually work in the dinosaur universe because humans would work together and not try to kill each other because those dinosaurs would eat us.
Because of metaphorical digital dick measuring contests. Because that's what it is. If you're on here and you're sitting there bragging that you're playing on official, you're literally bragging about a digital dick. And nobody wants to see that fucking micropeen shit, so get the fuck out of here with it. God damn it, okay? Don't criticize people for it. If you play official, by the way, I'm not harping on you. Good on you. I couldn't do it, but you have fun. Just don't fucking brag about it and think you're superior because of it.
Well, okay, yeah, don't think you're superior and don't look down on others who don't play official.
Yeah.
We
or
don't play official. We don't have the time.
Vice versa. I'm going to get on you fucks who, play PvE and get on to everybody who wastes their time playing official. If that's how they want to spend their time, let them.
Yeah.
It's not how I want to spend my time. Obviously, it might not be how you want to spend yours, but don't fucking get a superiority complex over it.
That's
fucking fucks. Well, that's why I'm using this microphone as my soapbox, because the internet allowed me to.
Yeah.
And they can't punch you from here.
They can't punch me from there.
Which is why, please send in letters to shade@blablabla.com so that I can punch Crash today.
You send letters asking him to do that, I'll send letters asking him to punch you, and he might be happier for doing that. I know he'll be happy doing it to me, but he might be happier punching you.
Just like punching.
But yeah.
Speaking of the time, like Ark and Rust is not like Ark because it's like Ark, but it doesn't have dinosaurs.
It doesn't have dinos, but in ways Rust doesn't have the split in the community like Ark does, because Rust is completely, totally, 100% all online PvP. There's no PvE servers. There's no single player. It's kill or be killed.
Yeah, the reason I say it though is because I watched this YouTuber on there who's just like the god of Rust. His name's Waylay. And like when I say he's the god of this, like he literally, like he doesn't stay on one server all the time. He just skips from server to server, either helping people who are nice to him or being a dick to people who are nice to him. It really depends on how he feels that day. But he really gets a hard on for whenever he's like, hey guys, and he's like naked. And then like these mega tribes, these mega clans and stuff like that. He makes it his business. He's the freaking John Wick of Rust. And I'm not fucking joking. Like, it is magic watching this guy work. He will take down entire giant clans by himself.
Good lord.
And like, get into people's bases and stuff like that and just take everything that they have. And it just shows you how quickly these games can turn. Like, random guy gets onto the server. You shoot him, headshot him once, and he's just like...
Oh, see, and that's a big problem. That's one of the big problems that you'll see if you ever visit any Ark-related stuff, is he'll talk about stuff like that. It's like, oh, level 1 Bob that's just on the beach, and the Alpha Tribe's just like fucking murder in their eyes to kill him like non-stop. Like, that's a meme that goes around. They're like, well, we don't let them get a foot in, because if they get a foot, then we're threatened. Like, it's mitigating threats before it's a threat. And to me, living life like that, like, if you're trying to play Ark Unofficial, you almost have to treat it like a second job. Like, straight up. Like, I've seen some fucked up shit go on. Basic digital slavery, which I know it's not a real thing, but I've seen people complain about it. To which I have to say, like, guys, if you have that much trouble with it, don't do it.
Either don't play the game or switch servers.
Or something. Don't stress yourself out
over
trying to play a video game. That's supposed to be a stress reliever.
Yeah, it's supposed to be your escape, not be a new prison.
Right. But, God, and Conan Official has stuff like that too. But they don't have dinosaurs either, so it's... And once again, well, not technically.
Not technically.
Not tameable ones.
Not tameable ones.
They got dragons, they got elephants, they got big old creatures, but they don't have any, like...
Yeah, they got things you can tame, but it's,
They do have,
not quite the same.
Interns.
Yeah. But, see, that's another good example of a game that allows you to play another way. That has single-player, unofficial stuff you can set up and play with, and play your way. I'm a big fan of stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, Conan is actually one of my favorite types of those games, just because they do have dungeons and other things to where it really...
They can shine.
They put something in there for the PvE people.
Yeah.
Like, you can play PvP if you want to, but there is a big...
It feels like a game you could completely play as a PvE game and be satisfied.
Exactly.
Because they do have major bosses and like dungeons,
Yeah.
tunnels, caves, a whole bunch of cool shit like that.
Like, I like games where actually, give the single player side love too, as opposed to just PvP.
But yeah, I mean, but notice a theme here. Most of these are things like online stuff. And it's a big part of online games that really do this whole take your time and really want your time.
Yeah.
It's a competition because every minute you're not playing their game is a minute you could be playing somebody else's game.
Yep.
And it kind of sucks.
It does. We've come into this new online world where everything's going 24/7. Where if a company wants to, they can literally just port new content to our, games, which is great. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I used to think that I would never want to get rid of my disc copies, but now I'm just like, it would be too much of a hassle to have to,
Keep track of
all my discs. And, like, I love having. I can just download something, play it. It's on my Xbox forever. It's on my account, so if I get a new Xbox, I can download it. Like, it's nice. It's easy, but it also kind of has that dark side on the whole,
Constantly expanding.
it's constantly on, which means if you're not playing, then you're out of luck.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and jump over to Destiny because Destiny is now free to play.
Is it?
By the way,
Oh, geez.
yeah, Destiny 2 is now free to play. You can download it for free.
Well, okay. Well, that's where it went.
Yeah, and that's even more evidence that
To me, it's a little bit of, if you did buy it, you do have stuff that other players, that the free-to-play players will not get.
Yeah.
So at least your money's not necessarily wasted.
Well, I don't feel like it's wasted anyway because I have those memories.
We've played a god-awful amount of Destiny, but that's a double-edged little sword.
Yeah.
There is we played a god-awful amount of Destiny. On the other hand, we've played a god-awful amount of Destiny.
Yeah.
Yes.
The same missions over and over.
Okay.
And over.
And I do
Yes.
love it. It is a fun game. It truly is. But when it became a thing where I literally just had to play it, I had to play it every week. Otherwise, I'm just left behind.
Yeah.
And not just kind of left behind. I mean, fully, totally just
Don't
left
have-
behind.
Don't have the power weapons, don't have the good armor, just fuck, you try to go to PvP, you're dead.
Yeah, which, I mean, they have ways of trying to get there faster. But unless you keep playing, you're still behind. They've added in so many exotics, so many new legendaries, so much more content, raids, etc. And I'm just like, I can't. I have other shit I want to play and want to do, especially since starting up YouTube. If we were a Destiny themed channel, it'd be amazing.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
Kitley.
No, she doesn't even do Destiny exclusively anymore.
No?
No, she's done a lot of stuff. But I mean,
Even the channels that do Destiny used to exclusively, there's this one channel I used to watch called Hush that did a lot of Destiny stuff. But even them, there was that time where Destiny was kind of on the ropes, so they were jumping to other games too.
but yeah, I mean that was one of the big things. If it was strictly a channel based on that, it would be a perfect situation because you always have new content, you always have something new. As a service, it's great because you're constantly getting new things. But as a service mixed in with entertainment and a bunch of other services, it kind of starts to stress you out a little bit. At least it was stressing me out of it until I said, fuck it, I'm kind of done. And there's because I have an entire list. I'm looking at my game library here. I have 175 games on this damn thing. Okay. Maybe about 30 I might not have even played yet.
But most of them you play.
I did get them for free. That's going to be probably another podcast that I think gaming on a budget would be cool to talk about.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, if you have Xbox Live, it's not hard to.
Another podcast.
Yeah. Sure. Sorry.
It's okay.
No, it's easy. See, it's so easy for us to do this and just onto something
another
else.
new subject.
Yeah, before you know it, it'd be 4 o'clock in the morning, and we'd be like, oh shit, this podcast might be a little long. Okay, but I think Destiny was probably one of my biggest personal offenders that I managed to nip in the bud before I just got either too stressed out or too overwhelmed by it.
Yeah.
Okay, because
After Destiny 2, what was the last DLC we bought? It was
the Warmind.
Yeah.
Yeah. After
Wait,
that,
it was the one
No.
after that.
It was.
We did the one after the Warmind thing. because that one was a free. No, it wasn't. Forsaken.
Yeah.
That one still cost money.
That one still cost money. And it was a very short story.
Yeah, like.
But it was that one wasn't horribly short. We got a few episodes of that.
Yeah, but it still felt shorter than I felt like it should.
It was short.
For the price, I don't feel like we got.
That's because we still haven't finished it either. There's a lot to that.
Yeah.
The story was short, but then they give you the city, the dreaming city, and we didn't fucking do shit with that, and that's a pretty huge aspect.
Well, and that's part of the problem that we're talking about here is the fact that if you're not staying up current, nobody wants to go and raise with you because you don't have the power or the knowledge or anything like that.
Well, and
to get all that, you have to play all the time, and then you're pretty much screwed.
You're right.
Play.
Pretty much when we got to that, I got to that portion because I played a bit after you guys. Past the story is once I opened up that portion of the city, it was just so much because it was a constantly evolving thing. That involved all the players doing different things and opening up different things all together, and it was just like I can't fucking keep up. Like I literally just threw in the towel. I was like, I can't keep up. I can't because there's other shit I want to do. I don't want to dedicate my time to Destiny. If I could, awesome. But I really can't. I really don't want to. There's other shit I want to do.
Yeah.
There's other shit I want to play.
And I think that's kind of the final line this all comes down to is in World of Warcraft, that's the same kind of problem going on. If you're not a person that wants to put all the dedication and time into it, you probably shouldn't play.
Yeah. Which, I mean, that kind of sucks though because some of these games are pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Like I have no problems with Arc unofficial stuff because I can load it up, turn it off, and I'm good.
Yeah.
Everything that comes out for everybody, and you stay current that way.
Yeah.
But I'm not having to sink time in to stay relevant. Okay, I can still become relevant on my own time, on my own terms. On Destiny, I can't.
Yeah.
Unless I am putting in god-awful amounts of time.
Well, that's like, I think Tasha said earlier, there's daily Vanguard rewards, there's daily Arena awards.
Yeah, there's daily Vanguard, Crucible,
all the daily stuff in the Forsaken.
Planets all had their own dailies.
Yeah.
Forsaken had his own dailies. And then there's weeklies.
And then DLC stuff.
Like, you could easily spend
Not having the holiday stuff either.
Yeah, no, the holiday stuff really killed me because I was just like,
yeah.
And it was really, really overwhelming. Because this was a time when I was playing a lot of online stuff like this, like Destiny, Overwatch.
Oh, fuck
yeah.
Because that's part of this too, is the whole seasonal thing, and it's just I couldn't. I literally was just like so overwhelmed.
Because they give you so much stuff, which is awesome, but they only give you like 2 weeks
to do
it all.
And it's like, fuck.
And some of that stuff takes you the full 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you dedicate a god-awful amount of time per day.
Or in the case of Overwatch, pay for it.
Or pay for it.
Yeah.
I mean, technically in Destiny you can pay for it too.
Yeah, true.
But I'm talking about strictly as time sink. Because you can pay in Destiny, but you don't get power.
Yeah.
So if you want to power up, you're still gonna play.
Yeah.
Like I said, to do all those dailies, the relevant dailies that get you shit, you probably have to dedicate a minimum 2 hours. If you're really good, you could probably cut that down to an hour.
Yeah.
And I mean damn good.
And that's like any other skill in life. I mean, playing video games is a skill. Where that skill will get you anywhere is dependent. But anyway, you gotta put time into it.
Yeah. And like I know we do this YouTube thing, but that's partially,
We do it.
that's I like I said, I wanted to do
Spam.
YouTube. That way I am playing video games, but I'm not completely, totally wasting my time playing video games.
Yeah, there's a potential for something.
It's something.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've lived my entire life with somebody watching me play. It's no big deal to put it on the internet and have 9 people do it.
Yeah.
Okay? So, I mean, Foxy does it too. She'll sit there and watch me. She was watching me play Doom 2016 last night and was just like, damn. She started to get jumpy and excited and for me and something like that. But, yeah, that's...
Well, I'm just one of those people. I'm very easy to
I mean, let me see here. Overwatch we talked about because the seasonal stuff.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. Yeah, I guess
We
it would
talked
be
about the loot
considered
boxes.
seasonal.
Yeah.
Like some of the events they had, like they had the one with Tracer
Oh, yeah.
that I never got to touch on. Because at that point I was just like, I want to get on, I want to play it, but at the same time I know if I do, I'm only going to get myself fucking angry that I'm not going to be able to get any of the things I want. So, fuck it.
And the idea of Overwatch, not ending is that one. The idea of it really doesn't bother me, and the fact that it's a team versus team game.
Yeah.
It's a PvP centric game.
Yeah.
Like that's what it's supposed to be. Like, do we want a story? For God's sakes, yes. Because the Overwatch lore is just so amazing. But that's another podcast. And just, I mean, if you have fun, just playing PvP like that,
cool.
then do it. Like I get those itches. Like I want to do that.
I want to kill somebody.
Yeah.
No, and I don't judge people for that. It's just I can't sink my
I gotta
tongue.
be in the mood to
No, you gotta be put into the mood.
Yeah.
When we're just like, hey, we want to play this, you're like, fine, I guess. And then you start playing, and then we gotta rip you away from the controller
Yeah.
before you rip somebody's throat out. Yeah, guys, don't let her fool you. She's got a violent demeanor.
That comes out whenever PvP happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, she hates playing Overwatch until she plays Overwatch. And then she's fucking vicious. Let me put it to you this way. There's nobody on this planet who matches her in objective time.
Yeah. No, there's a
I'm pretty much always gold in objective.
reason why she's diva. Because they're kind of similar, to be honest.
Yeah. All cute until she ain't. And then she's cute and deadly. But, yeah, but she's constantly stuff like that. Another really bad offender, GTA.
Yeah.
Online, which Red Dead's kind of the same way. If
The
you,
economy is pretty screwed.
yeah, the power economy.
Yeah.
I will say especially the power economy. I mean, but it's also given one of those things like you can pay for the money. But I don't know if you've ever checked some of the newer toys. New toys are expensive as fuck.
That does not surprise me. Especially for GTA. It's been around so long, it needs something to keep financing it.
Yeah.
So they're like, ooh, pretty toys.
Once again, like I said, I'm not judging anybody who does it.
Yeah.
I've paid for some of it because I'm like, god damn, this game's been out a long as time.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed the hell out of it. Let me put in a little bit of support.
Plus, it's one of those things like maybe there are people out there like our friend in college. Like he wasn't a gamer, but he liked Red Dead Redemption.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's the one game that you like, then if you want to support it, good, awesome.
I don't judge people on stuff like that. I really don't. Now, if you're spending thousands, I'm going to judge you. A bit, at least. Because I'm going to be like, come on, dude. Really? Just think about this. You could be donating to me. But
Our non-existent Patreon.
it's just fucking funny.
Please donate to our non-existent Patreon.
Now, not all of it's bad. I think we got into the tirade part more than the praise part.
Okay, we'll go into
We'll finish this one off with the praise, so we'll do the good news later. But I mean, it's not all bad. There's like I said, Destiny's free to play, but it is a time sink now, which I get now.
It was always.
It was always a time sink, but I mean, same thing, kind of like Warframe. Warframe's free to play. Everything you can get in the game, you can get for free. And in fact, a lot of things people got for free.
Yeah.
Like, there's only a few people total who've paid for a few things. Like, in the grand scheme of things, and in relevant statistics, like, there's still a lot of people who've paid, but it's pretty small compared to some of the other, like, patrons. But that economy's run by its players. They trade a lot, help each other out a lot. But that's another one where if you don't play a lot, you're really just going to be kind of like, what's going on?
Well, I've seen the Warframe community really kind of best communities.
They're great. Like the devs, I think the devs do a weekly stream.
Yeah.
Which, they make their game a time sink, but they're syncing their time with the players.
Yeah.
And the players are active in the community, the devs are active with the players, and so on and so forth. That shit's actually really fucking cool.
Yeah.
That's what you want. That's what it should be.
I mean, if it's going to be a time sink, having the devs literally every week, at least just playing the game with you and talking about it, talking about stuff that they might be up to and doing, perfect. Because, like I said, that's a weekly thing that they do. It's not like where you might get something here, something there from Bungie or Activision or blah 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 whatever. But it's also something like you do have to play a lot. I guarantee you, any of us get on, we're just gonna be lost.
Yeah.
I've seen
Tried playing it a little bit. It was fun.
that's another thing. Games that you play where you have to have like 3 pages of wiki information pulled up to be.
Any kind of basic competence.
Yeah, that shit gets weird. Like, I say that playing shit like Ark and Minecraft, but I've been playing Ark and Minecraft for quite a while, and
Minecraft since it came out. Like whenever it first came onto PC.
So like, I have a lot of stuff memorized.
Plus, to be fair, Minecraft's not that intricate.
They've simplified it a lot, especially on PC. PC, they added in the recipe books. Before you didn't. You had to memorize the layout. And, like, if you want to make a pickaxe, you had to lay out your sticks and your stones.
See, that's why I like
Console? Well, in PC, they have it that way too. So they've streamlined it. But, yeah, Minecraft's on this list as well, but it's not nearly as bad.
No.
But, how about free-to-play stuff? Like I said, Destiny wasn't, now it is. But Fortnite. I know it's a fun one that everyone likes to be. Fortnite bad, Minecraft good. You know what? Is that meme still a thing?
I don't know.
If it's a real meme, it'll come back around eventually. So yes.
Okay, true. But you know what? I'm not gonna rag on Fortnite for this.
I'm not a PvP person, so
And I mean, and Crash did play the PvP at one point, and you know what? If PvP is your thing, it's not that bad.
It really isn't. Like, it's not horrible. It's one of those games I'm kind of sad I can't dedicate. But once again, this goes into the time schedule.
Yeah.
I have to work. I have to work 8+ hour days.
Although to be fair, at the beginning of every match, everyone's the same. Basically, you just go find your gun.
Like, there's no power.
Yeah.
It's all RNG and partial skill.
We're still just salty because it has been this amazing performance a lot of the game.
We are kind of salty about that. And no shit. I agree with you, but like I said, I'm actually kind of sad I don't have the time to put in to play that. Because I don't want to become a Fortnite channel. Because if you guys have ever seen some of the updates and stuff that they've done, they're pretty active with their community too.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of cool shit that they do. They have like Easter eggs, they have stories that play out in their battle arenas, and like things people find and go through, and like, sorry, cat made just a really weird noise. But like they had I wish I knew, like things you could find and activate, and it would create story moments and stuff like that. And so the entire thing is a build up of a big ass story that they have within their battle arenas that continues to grow every fucking season or something. Like, it's really cool how they do it. And I'm kind of sad I don't have the time to sink into that, you know? Because I'd like to know more. And it's fun. But I just can't. There's other shit I want to play. There's other shit I want to do. There's things I still need to finish. I need to finish Dying Reborn, Nier Automata. Final Fantasy just fucking came out, and I gotta play that now because I had so many people saying, get it. By so many people, I mean like 3, which is a lot for our channel.
And we never did finish the... Wait, well, did we finish the Assassin's Creed story? No.
Didn't finish Red Dead either.
I know that one, but...
Yeah. There's... I'd have to go back and look, but I can't remember. I know we finished a few games, but...
Again, time.
Yeah.
Time.
Unfortunately, we are not professional YouTubers in the fact that we get paid to do this.
Shit, if
we did, then that's all we would do.
Yeah, we'd be home, get up, do our stuff,
edit,
break.
which I'm currently working from home. I have time to do, and I have been. I've been working our human fall flat videos. Okay, but we have one PC, we have multiple views. You guys do the math. I have to export 4 different things to make one video. So
and exporting takes a very long time.
Yeah, depending on length.
Yeah, on the size.
But still, a 30-minute video, whatever. That's for our YouTuber podcast. But
YouTuber devs.
time sinks, right? You know what? Let's get into some. No. Wait a minute. Animal Crossing. That's on my list for stuff that's not horrible,
But not great.
but it's not great.
You guys would know more about that because you've been playing.
Well,
they give
only
you
one
daily.
aspect. Okay, Animal Crossing is a very mellow game. It all plays out however long you want it to play out. You can do whatever you want, take your time, but there is kind of an onus to do stuff quicker because then you unlock stuff quicker. It's slow, meaning like for example, whenever you get your person for your museum, you have to go set up their tent, or they're going to be. Well, then
You gotta
you have
donate.
to wait till the next day.
And then he shows up.
And then he'll show up. And then you donate your things to him again. And he's like, fine, I have enough here to actually open up the museum, so I'm not accepting any more donations. And whenever the museum opens up, I'll start taking them again. Well, now you have to wait 2 real-life days for him to open up the museum. So it is a time sink, but it's a very mellow time sink. Okay? And it does allow you to skip this by dialing your clock on your Switch forward. I don't do that. I'm playing it to mellow out, not to stress out. Okay, sure, there's daily, there's daily reward,
Yeah.
and that just gives you more miles.
Plus, where they give you like 5.
No.
Yeah.
I'm talking about whenever you access the ATM.
Oh,
and it gives you,
Yeah.
and then it does give you those.
Yeah.
So it does give you incentive
Yes.
to play every day,
Yes.
and that does fall in line with what we're talking about. Is this whole thing to incentivize
You to
your
play.
attention, okay, to steal you away from doing other
Other
things.
games. Yeah.
But it's also compared with a game that's so mellow that you can just do everything on your own time, and then it's just
And also, like, they do have, like, limited edition creatures. They're only around during this time of the game. Or they're only around during these months.
yeah.
There
So
are some that are full year round.
there are some that are full year round. There are some creatures that are full time a day, but it does incentivize you to try out different things at different times.
Yes.
I don't find that nearly as bad though as say something like Destiny, where it's trying to demand you to play multiple hours per day to stay relevant.
Yeah, like you can literally do.
Animal
something
Crossing is a single player game with the option of checking out other people's places.
Yeah.
Because the multiplayer is
Very limited.
it's limited. It's something.
That's why I like Stardew.
Yeah. And you know what? Stardew is a great example of a game done right, in my opinion, because everything's in it.
Yep.
You don't get anything special for playing all the time. You can pick it up, put it down, play it however long, whenever you want, and have no problems.
Yeah.
And it's got its own clock, so if you put it down and then not go back for a week, it's not like, like crops are dead because it's been a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like stuff like that, I love, and I feel like there's some games that's not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Not to the same degree. Like I said, I'm bringing it up because there's a lot of these games that we've played that we find enjoyable and fun. That
We just don't get to anymore.
yeah,
Yeah. It's like whenever we were talking about Fortnite, I played Apex Legends and I actually love the gameplay.
yeah, Apex is pretty fun.
Like,
I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, it is made by Gearbox, who makes our favorite game of all time on this channel.
Yeah.
Or-
Well, Gearbox and Respawn.
Yeah, it's true. So-
Respawn has some of the best movement in FPS. Period.
Exactly.
With Titanfall. Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, like, there's a reason why Apex is really fun to play. And it's one of those things where it's just like, man, I would love to, play enough to actually get good at this. But the problem is, it takes time to get good. And if you get good and then don't play for a while, then you probably there.
Back at square one.
Back to square one. But yeah, I mean, Animal Crossing I want to bring up because it brings up the whole daily thing and things you can do during certain seasons, because you got a season going on right now. Same thing with Ark. Actual Easter-based seasons.
Yes.
And this comes up to Overwatch again. Fear of missing out, which we've talked about in another podcast before.
We talked about it in the microtransaction.
Yeah.
Fear of missing out. I mean, basically, kind of FOMO. It pulls upon you thinking, man, if I don't do this right now, I'm going to lose it.
Yeah.
And it is borderline predatory.
It is.
I'm not going to lie.
I mean, there is a reason why it's European countries that ain't illegal for the boxes.
Yeah.
It's like with art. Every year
because that's a limited time where this is only available.
And then you gotta wait an entire year,
365 days.
for it to come back.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't fear missing out on Ark, and I don't fear.
That's
missing
because
out
we've
on
gotten
Animal
over
Crossing.
this.
Yeah.
Okay? There was a period in time where we didn't. That's when we were paying for fucking loot boxes in Overwatch.
Yeah.
Paying for cosmetics, which I look back on it and I kind of cringe. I'm just like, it's just a skin.
Hey,
Yep.
man, we all live and learn. Like I said, I used to be judgy. Used to be. I still am, but I used to be too.
You still are.
I'm not as judgy, if that makes anybody feel better.
Nobody's perfect.
Yeah. I was gonna have a joke there, but I couldn't think of somebody in time. So, alright, but yeah, like even something as mellow as Animal Crossing has this kind of stuff in it. But at least they have it to where it's like everything's for multiple hours. So I think the shortest time period was it the Centipede? I think I saw something shorter. It was like 4 hours.
No, that's a centipede. It's only about 4 hours.
You can get them.
Yep.
Okay, but still, 4 hour time period during a relatively normal gaming time period.
Especially
Well, in general, the world in general,
Yeah.
isn't such a bad deal. Because it's not like it's this time period all around the globe. It's this time period for your local time. So if it's from like 6 to 8, it's from 6 to 8 everywhere. So, I mean, that's timing done right, because at least it is mellow. But, well, more or less. I don't have too many goods. Sea of Thieves comes to mind on this as well. Not because of power, the sheer god-awful time sink.
Because again, it's that skill set, knowing how to run the ship, knowing how to work with other people, knowing what angles to fire the ships, knowing what
Yeah.
their enemies.
The longer you play it, well, of course, and that applies for everything, the longer you do it, the better you get at it. But my issue with Sea of Thieves is the whole thing is based around doing certain things to get rep. Basically, a lot of it is selling stuff, too.
Yeah.
Most of it's the selling. That's how
Yeah.
you get rep for just about anything. And that's where my problem comes in.
Because if you get robbed
it takes a long time
to get built up.
to get built up. The very first guy to get to Pirate Legend and get the first 3 factions to 50 did it by using his stream to help him. And what he would do is he would jump from server to server with people who were watching his stream and sending them invites. And he would jump in, they would sell their stuff, get his rank up. He'd jump into the next one, sell their stuff, jump in, and he just jumped through servers all night with people who had loads and loads of loot to get there.
Damn.
And that's how he got the first Pirate Legend. There's people who have played pretty consistently, who have just now made it.
Wow.
And it's been out for a couple years now.
Oh yeah.
So I can tell you right now, we're nowhere near half.
No.
I wouldn't even think so.
Oh, see, there's a fun thing about that too. It's kind of got the RuneScape leveling to it. So in RuneScape, for those of you who might not know, you have all of your little different skills. No, skills. And they go from level, I want to say 1 to 99. Okay. What would you think is your halfway mark?
45.
97.
What the fuck?
97 is the halfway, or something like that. 96, 95. 90 something is your halfway point
What the
to
fuck?
maxing out your skills because of sheer experience cost.
Yep.
Oh.
Okay, so say it takes like 1,000,000 total experience to max out something. Okay, levels 1 through 45 are done here at like 1,000 experience. Okay, when you hit 90 something, 95, whatever, that's when you have 500,000. And that's kind of the same experience scaling that Sea of Thieves has. You're at halfway point when you're around 40 something. There's 50 levels.
Yeah. Just because of that exponential XP hike.
It is completely, totally a time sink. But it's all adventure based. Like, it's all for cosmetics.
Yep.
All for all this other stuff you really can get that just makes things look different. everything is still on you. Which, in a way, that's better. But this kind of falls into that whole thing. I want to play other shit too, you know?
All the companies these days have the idea of they want to be the one that, you know,
That
everyone's
has your
putting their
attention.
money in, that has their attention.
Mm-hmm.
The whole Blizzard World of Warcraft thing.
Yeah. MMOs in general are pretty much about
Horrible
this.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because there's a good chunk of them that require subscriptions in order to be relevant. Like
Yep.
Elder Scrolls Online is free,
But
but you might as well pay the subscription otherwise.
Otherwise,
You're
you're
not
not
getting
getting
shit.
anything.
yeah.
No, it's just hard as fuck.
Yeah.
Because if you pay for the subscription, you get the nifty little bag that allows you to carry on your crafting stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That
You get a lot of
really frees up your
bonuses.
inventory.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it gives you more space in the banks.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is true of most paid subscription
Stuff.
stuff.
It's like all those little phone games where it's just like, you could do all this stuff for free, or if you buy these crystals, or, you know, you buy these silver coins or whatever that are worth more than the crystals.
Premium currency.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then you could get to these higher levels much faster.
Yeah. Same kind of stuff. So, pay. I'd much prefer games where make it a time sink or make it a pay. Don't make it the illusion of a time sink. Because most of the games like that, like I said, I'll rag on mobile all goddamn day. Most of those games are the illusion of a time sink. Because there is some point where it's just not feasible.
Yeah.
Because you're just going to hit a wall. You can go buy free and not put in any money. But these guys know this. And they're being, to be realistic, you're not going to get anything out of it by trying to do free. You're going to have to put in money in order to actually make progress. Okay, what's the difference? I could sit here and grind it if I get super epic mega, legendary, whatever tier that I need, because literally nothing else is strong enough. Or I could pay $5 and be guaranteed to get it. Nudge, nudge. You know, pay for this, get free, legendary, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Type BS.
Yep.
Time sink money. Which I get it, free to play, but don't do it. That's all I'm saying. And you know what? There is still some shining turds or this. Oh wait, no, my bad. Shining nuggets in this cesspool of a turd. That was a lot of. Oops. My bad. But I don't think I can ever stop praising this game for the things it does do right, and that's Monster Hunter World.
Yes.
Because it is time sink, but it's time sink for your own personal reasons.
Yeah.
Like, you can go ahead, beat through all of it, beat all the monsters, and
Never touch it again.
then you've done it.
Yeah.
That's the story. It's like, oh, you beat all the different types of monsters? There you go. You're good.
Yeah, you did it. Okay? Or maybe even the tempered monsters, or the challenges, the quests, whatever. Like, even then, at some point, you're literally killing these things, so you can kill these things faster.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, once you beat your first hardest monster. Did I say that right? Monster?
Yeah.
Okay, it sounded weird, but yeah, once you beat your hardest monster, you beat it.
Yep.
Yeah. That's the goal.
You might get something to help you beat it better later,
Yep.
but you've already proven you can do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, like, it all came from you. So, like, you've rewarded your own self, and you keep rewarding your own self for better stuff. And once again, they couple one-time payments, and they keep adding on stuff that you... They do have events, but they are very lengthy.
And every time an event opens, it opens all past events.
They open up all events. They have cycling events, but they have multiple cycling events, so it's not just a one-time event quest thing.
Yeah, usually whenever you get on there, there's some kind of something going on.
There's multiple. They always have about 5, and the more they've added, the more they have available all the time.
Yep.
So, like, they've always had like 5 event quests available, whatever, and they cycle those through pretty frequently. Like, you're never not going to get the chance to play it, provided you just want to get on every so often.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the way I wish Overwatch did it. It's like, oh, we have an event. Like, if you're going to have it only for 2 weeks, have an event going on and have it to where you can get like
For
a bunch of the other event items too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I love the way they do that. So it still gives you incentives. Like, I don't have to jump on this week. So, you know, you can skip out. Oh, they got this event going on? Might as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Or they have this events. Or you, once again, if they have like their anniversary, their Christmas, and you know they have all their events planned, which is pretty freaking frequently, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's not like you're really hardly, you're not hurting at all for it. They play it fucking frequently.
Yes.
Not to mention all the stuff they add. You can tackle it all on your own time.
Yep.
And we still have yet to beat Behemoth.
We've come pretty close.
We almost had him.
Yeah.
Almost. That actually kind of made me mad whenever that last one.
Yeah, but that was also getting late.
Yeah.
But still, the fact is, we can still go back to that anytime
And go.
and go.
Yeah.
And have, well, obviously issues. But it's there.
Yep.
All the major stuff is always there.
Yep.
And it never goes away. And you never have to worry about it because the only person you ever have to please
Is yourself.
is yourself.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And the community is only really toxic because some of them get a little too uppity about DPS. In reality, if you want to spec yourself so that way you're never staggered, stunned, or stunned by roars or something like that, more power to you.
Yeah.
Because that's what's more fun. That's you rich me. That's what's more fun. Have at
Get
it.
on you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like completionists versus speedrunners. Like, if you want to find the fastest way to end a game, that's your thing. Good. If you want to find a way to do everything,
And
that's
get
good.
everything.
If you want to get everything and make it the fastest step possible, go for it.
Yeah. Have fun.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. Having fun. Okay. But yeah, I can't brag on that game enough. I really can't.
Yeah, no, I have fun every time I play that game. It never felt like a drag, like Destiny or like a couple of these other games felt like where you're going. It's like in Monster Hunter, you can hunt the same monster multiple times, but it feels different
Yeah, because you don't
almost
know.
every time.
You don't know if what other monsters are around in the area till you find them and they start fucking with you and fucking with your kill. And it's like,
I will say there is something very rewarding about making it to where it feels like it's the same.
Yeah.
Because that means it's like I am the one in control here.
Mm-hmm.
And you let the monster know that.
Yeah, you're setting the tempo for the fight as opposed to just reacting to what the monster is doing.
Yeah. So there's something very rewarding and cathartic about that. But at the same time, it's something I can still technically do and be like, okay, let me farm it for a bit, see what I get. Chances are probably pretty good I'll get whatever I want or need. If not, I got materials anyway.
Yep.
I can either sell it, make money, whatever. Your time is still rewarded.
Yep.
And that, you know what, that's another thing about Monster Hunter World that I like. They do have a timer for their fights.
yes.
They have a 50-minute timer for most of your fights. There are a couple that are not the case, like for your,
There's some where they have limited for.
I can't remember what they
quests.
are off the top of my head at this moment. The, investigations.
Yes.
Okay, your investigations, some of them are limited timer. Behemoth is on a 30-minute timer.
Mm-hmm.
But the kicker is majority of your hunts have a 50-minute timer on it. Now, I've seen a lot of people bitch about this and complain. However, I enjoy this aspect. Because this is basically the game saying, look,
You got.
you got 50 minutes to do this. Okay? How many hunts have we been on where we've pushed that timer?
Not very many at all.
I can probably count on one hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those are pretty big shit.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say maybe Colby
Yeah.
Taroth.
Yeah.
And she's on a timer anyway. Her own
Okay.
timer. So, but, I mean, they have that timer too.
Mm-hmm.
But, the whole thing about that is, it's the game telling you, if you can't beat this thing in 50 minutes, you're not good enough yet.
Yeah. Whether it's gear or skill.
Yeah. Into which they still give you a means to bypass this with the expeditions.
Mm-hmm.
Because expeditions don't have a timer. You can fight the monsters however many times you want.
And you can start farming them in the
You can farm
expedition.
them. You will not get as many rewards.
No, but you can start getting practice on beating on this creature and figuring out, okay, this is how it works. This is what works. Watch it when it does this because it's going to do this. You start learning it.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, Monster Hunter World feels like a game that very much respects your time and wants you to use it to the best of your ability. I love the fact that they do include a "you're not good enough, come back later."
Yeah.
Okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. Anyone who's bitching about the timer in Monster Hunter World, by the way, that's 50 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
That's damn near an hour. And I will say this, and I hate to be this guy, if you can't beat it in 50 minutes, you need to Yeah, to get good timer, because you're either playing too defensively or you're not playing offensively enough.
Yeah.
There is a difference, by the way, because we have a defensive person we play with quite frequently, Timo.
Yes.
Who fucking wrecks ass.
Yeah, no, he knows how to be defensive, but he knows, like, they hit, okay, they're open, I got them.
He can be a little too offensive.
Yeah, he gets greedy.
He gets greedy like the rest of us do, but I mean, you know, just the like in every single way, that game respects your time, and that is really important to me. I wanted to talk about this because, like I said, I've played a couple games lately where it really hit me how much I kind of miss that. You know, you play it, you beat it, you're good. Because I've been playing through Doom 2016 because it was on sale, and I was like, I've heard so many good things about this game. Let me check it out.
Oh yeah, that little bit you let me play was just phenomenal.
Yeah, and I've gotten much further, and I played through several of the stages by now. I'm about 2, 3, 4 ahead of where you are. Chapters, stages, whatever you want to call them. And oh my god, I'm talking a lot. But it's been hitting me how much I kind of miss that setting of just being able to sit down, put it on, play, and whenever I'm done, I can end it and pop in later and be just as good as before.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's me in Just Cause 4 right now, because I can get in there, do what I want, and then pop back out, and there's the beginning, and there's the eventual end. You can 100% it.
And see, that's the thing that I really have to find befitting to end this one on. Is guys, all good things come to an end.
Yes.
I've seen this with shows, I've seen this with games, I've seen this with many a thing. Okay? The more something goes on, the more chances there are for something to fuck it all up.
Yeah.
That's inevitable in many different ways, to many different things. Okay? Television shows are a good example. There's so many television shows that have gone on way too long. They had a perfectly good end. Movies and sequels could have had a perfectly good end. Podcasts. Pretty sure someone's like, "End it, you asshole!" No. But at some point, some of these games that we've talked about have to end. And what are they going to do? All this time that people have had to sink into it, it's just
Gone.
Destiny. All the time and money we sink into Destiny 1, and there's nothing more to it. Like, you can still hop on and play, but what good's it gonna do? Or maybe stuff like, eventually, GTA Online's gonna shut down. Because Grand Theft Auto 6 is gonna come out.
Yeah.
And GTA Online is a 12-year-old game. Is it 12-year-old? No. It's not 12. It's 7.
I'm not sure. I know it was there whenever
It was on the 360. It came out on the 360 originally, and they ported it to the 1. So it's been out a long time.
Been out since 2013. Been out 7 years.
7 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Eventually, that's gonna be gone.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they'll still make it to where you can keep like personal friend lobbies open or whatever, because that's an option too. So once again, I didn't give praise.
Did they ever open that up on Red Dead where you could do like private friend lobbies like they do
don't
in
think
GTA?
so. See, that right there is a rant on its own. I'm so fucking tired of forced PvP and everything.
Yes!
Because there's a lot of cool games out there I've liked to wanted to try and play, but forced PvP, nah.
Not gonna
Fuck
touch
it. My time is valuable.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend it having to fight off some level 50 fucking no life.
Yeah, whenever I'm level 1, just getting into the bullshit.
Yeah, Black Desert, Red Dead Online. Really killing it.
Yes.
But I think that we could have thrown that in there. But you know what? GTA Online does at least respect your time a little bit, because they do give you the option
Private session.
get into a friend-only server and do whatever mayhem you want there.
Yeah.
So that's cool. If that does end up happening to where they have to shut down the officials, I hope they still allow you to do friend only, because that would be really stinking cool in my opinion.
Yeah.
because I'm kind of sick and tired of walking out and seeing
everything get
blown up by a hover bike. Again. Can't even step outside my apartment. Pretty sure he blew me up inside my apartment somehow. But, yeah. Remember, guys, time is valuable. So if you spent and wasted your time listening to us rant about time, we appreciate you. Truly. Put us on in the background. We'll make you feel good about life.
Hopefully.
We'll be mad for you.
Right.
But, yeah. Made you mad. See, I was gonna be patient, but I listened to these assholes rant online and I decided to write a very angry letter, which led to torches and pitchforks. Which I am very impressed that you guys managed to find torches and pitchforks in this economy.
Pitchforks are easy to find those easy.
Yeah, but
Like
we
tractor supply
live in a place where pitchforks are probably a lot more prevalent than other places.
Mm-hmm. And torches. Torches are not prevalent,
No.
even in this area.
No. I was just saying pitchforks. I said nothing about torches.
But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. My co-hosts just showed me this checklist that I personally handwritten for myself.
And you almost completely blew over it.
I'm dumb.
See, I was gonna be the nice one and just silently just be like this.
Yeah, and you were like here, and Foxy's like, "Hey, asshole, take a look at this." So we're dumb. I'm dumb. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. If there's anything that you would like to add on to this little rant, maybe you disagree, maybe you agree. If you disagree, then you can fight the power by commenting onto us, with us, and having a civil discussion. If you don't have a civil discussion, then you can go flip yourself. Okay? See, I'm being nice. If there's anything else you'd like to add, maybe some good pertinent information, maybe there's something you'd like to hear us rant about next. Maybe you agree with us and want to get that out of your system as well, because Lord knows that's what this entire thing is about. So, leave a comment, like and subscribe, and maybe we'll talk about it in the next podcast or maybe in the comments. But until then, we are the Waylay Tirade, and
We'll catch you guys next time.
see you in the next episode, guys.
Bye, guys.
What do we want? Time travel. When do we want it? It doesn't matter.